Hi everybody. Hello. Welcome to Just Keep Swimming 1111. Welcome to my live. So I'm so sad to say that I did a 3-hour sex reading the other day and yesterday, last night, and they removed it. I got a strike. And I think the reason I got a strike was because of the thumbnail. I had an image of one of my sexy cards on the thumbnail, and it wasn't a very bad one, but I guess it was bad enough to flag it. So anyways, I did not realize that you could restrict your videos to 18 and older. If I would have done that, I probably would still have the video up. So I'm going to have to be more careful next time when doing an adult reading. Anyways, let's just go ahead and look at what's going on. Today I am going to be doing a karmic reading. And for those of you that are like, Steph, what is a karmic reading? I'm new. What is this? We all have karma. Yes, we all have karma. But a karmic reading is going to be a karmic relationship, okay? And that means that your relationship has a lot of karma attached. And this particular relationship was just about lessons. And it wasn't really meant for the long haul. Okay, it wasn't meant for the long haul. It was just meant to grow and then kind of move on through it. The same way we would kind of get a job, and it's not our forever job, but we learn a lot from that job. And it gets put under our belt as experience. We've all had jobs that we've learned from and grown from. They're good experiences or bad, whatever it is, it's growth. But then in the future, we find the career of our dreams. We find the career that we really, really love. And that's kind of an example of karmic relationships. You guys are going to have that temporary karmic relationship. Sometimes it can last even 10 years. Sometimes it can last longer than that, as long as it takes to learn those lessons. But typically karmic relationships dwindle out, The longest karmic relationships I've ever seen have been about 15 years. I haven't really met anyone yet that's been in a karmic relationship for longer than that. After it kind of gets really extended, I seem to think it's more of a soulmate, maybe with some karma attached. Okay, but soulmates tend to be lifelong partners, just like twin flames. Now, not everybody has a twin flame. Okay, a twin flame is one soul, two bodies. That's a whole different little enchilada right there. And no, not everybody has that, but those do exist as well, and those are a little bit different. So generally, I tend to focus on twin flames and soulmates, but every now and then I jump in and I do a karmic reading. And this would be for the karmic, or if you're a third party watching, like cross-watching on the karmic situation, it could be about you if you feel that this resonates for you in that way. But this would definitely be a focus on a karmic relationship that is not a lifelong soulmate connection. It's just a love that you're going to learn from and move on. And so if you're watching me and you're karmic, this would be your reading. If you're watching me and you're a divine lover and you're in a relationship with a karmic, then this would be about your karmic, possibly about you. And if you're cross-watching for your lover that is in a relationship with another person, which is they're in a karmic relationship, then most likely this would be about that karmic your person is with, okay? So you can kind of see where this story resonates for you. And if you don't have a karmic, then I would love you to stick around and watch just for the fun of it, but it probably wouldn't resonate for you. But at least it would be a fun reading to watch. Kind of like watching a soap opera. But either way, here we go. Karmic reading. Spirit, please show me the karmic's situation. Please show me the karmic's situation. I have to tell you right off the back, like I mean, not the back. Right off the bat, I got a sick feeling to my stomach. Let me turn this up. So I don't know if you're watching and you have a sick feeling whenever I do a karmic reading. For some of you guys, you may be just feeling suddenly ill. Maybe every time you think about the karmic, your stomach turns and you get upset, you get sick. But that's definitely what's coming up, is almost a nauseous anxiety feeling, possibly an ulcer or heartburn, certainly a stomach ache for sure. And I feel like either this is you, karmic, or this is the person that is watching this about you, karmic, and they're getting upset feelings even thinking about this reading. So that's right off the bat, okay? That's what I feel. Wow, bottom of the deck. You came out, karmic. Karmic. And this is your card. You know, I have 90 cards in my tarot deck. And this card was fortunate enough to come out in your reading. This is mostly just a confirmation that this is about the karmic, okay? And I just want to go out on a limb here and just really stretch it and say, if you feel you're the karmic, it's about you. If your person's with a karmic, it's about their karmic, not your person. If you're in a karmic relationship, this isn't about you, it's about the karmic. If you're a divine person, it's about the karmic, okay? But I just want to be out on a limb here and say, I really feel this particular reading is going to speak directly to the karmic person, okay? The one that was brought into somebody's life to teach that person lessons, or to just distribute fate, distribute karma, kind of like the deliverer of a message. When you're in a karmic relationship like that, and that's your job, and you're supposed to deliver karma, it means just be you, live how you normally live, do what you normally do. There's not supposed to be growth as an improvement on the situation. It's just supposed to show you your past and what you want to fix, what you don't want. And that's generally what it's supposed to be about. Okay, so we're definitely talking about the karmic. Let's get the first card. The first card we have is the loudest, and it's a Leo. Recognition, public recognition, being in the public, getting some kind of honor or respect, leaving a war and coming out the winner. The karmic feels like a winner, okay? You've won something. Maybe you got an award, an achievement. Maybe you recently got recognition. Maybe the person you're with has recognized you as their partner publicly on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever have you, all the social media. Maybe your person has put you out there as if you're the one, okay? So you're definitely getting your recognition. People know that the karmic is in a position of power, but this is also about pride and ego and being power hungry. So you could be coming across as a bragger with an ego, kind of like, look at me, look at what I have. You might be throwing in people's faces, look at my life, look at everything I have. There's a very high ego here. The next card is the Hermit. So we have Virgo. So the first two signs that we have that are really loud for the karmic is possibly a Leo in Vedic astrology and a Virgo in tropical astrology. So we could have someone that is a Virgo, you know, in tropical with their birthday, and someone that is actually a Leo in Vedic for their birthday. So that could be that person's time frame. Can you guys excuse me? I have some kind of something going on out there. Okay. He broke a toy, so he's upset. Okay. Anyway, sorry about that interruption. So for the karmic, we have some Saturn drama. Saturn deals with karma. Saturn deals with delays, life lessons, hardships, and obstacles. Also rewards. But when you get the Hermit card for the karmic, this is isolation, loneliness, soul searching, seeking out answers, and trying to figure things out on the inside very quietly. So I see a public appearance and an inside isolation. What I'm feeling here is what you say to the world, what you show on Facebook, what you tell your friends and family, what you put out there on display for everyone to see is actually not what's really going on. There's a whole different side of you and a whole different side to the story. Okay, what people see and who you really are two different people. People see a loud, outlandish kind of, person, just really show-offy. Really loud, talkative, confident, maybe even arrogant, but inside you have some insecurities. Inside you feel isolated. Inside you feel like you're not doing things right and you're trying to find a better way. But on the outside it looks like you already know everything. And I have to say, this is kind of like you're a know-it-all. You're a know-it-all. And that's, kind of what happens. And again, just to be clear, this is about the karmic. And 90% of my followers on YouTube are not karmic. 90% of you guys are in a divine soulmate relationship. You're on a spiritual path of enlightenment, or you're a twin flame. Okay? So that leaves very little room for actual people that follow me that are what I'm describing. So I just wanted to be clear again that this is most likely not about you. This is about the karmic person you're with or the karmic person your person is with, okay? So we got some more people coming in, and I just wanted to make that clear what this reading is about. The next card coming out is the Six of Cups, and this is fate. It's also the past and nostalgia, and it's past life, and it's thinking about what already happened in the past. There could be some emotions involved, obviously, with cups. I think that you're very sad about some past events, and you go inside yourself seeking answers and asking questions about what happened in the past. What did you experience in this war that you supposedly won? Because there was a previous battle in the past and you still think about it. But you're making it look like everything's fine and you're really happy. And I just feel like inside that's not exactly the truth. Yeah, that's 100%. Because the next card is 10 of Wands, which is a burden. A very heavy burden. And this is seeking forgiveness. Giving up. After you carry something for so long, it's time to let it go. There's a very heavy ending that is approaching. This heavy ending that you're going to be dealing with is probably going to approach you over the next 10 weeks. Oh, thank you so much. Is that Lefty? Hi, girl. Oh my gosh. I just got a headache right between the eyes, right in the third eye. Just boom, a pain, like an arrow just shot me in the forehead. You guys sending me some bad juju? What the heck? It feels like an arrow just shot me in the forehead. There's a definite headache as soon as I pulled this card. And if it's the third eye, it's about intuition. And we have the devil. And the devil does represent a karmic relationship. Something you feel chained and trapped. There's two people chained around the devil's neck. He's got control of them like a little puppet. Okay? He's bribing them with wands and pentacles and cups and swords. He's bribing them like, I'll give you whatever you want. Just give me your soul. So there's some bribery going on in this karmic relationship. If you are the karmic, you are bribing someone to be with you. You're using either money, words, threats, emotional blackmail, or sex against someone to keep them at bay. All right, so there's some threats and bribery. Thank you, Jillian. And that's a heavy burden. I almost feel like you're keeping somebody hostage. And if you're not keeping somebody hostage, maybe the person that you're with feels like you are keeping them hostage. Like they have to be there because they have no control. You have control, Karmic. Maybe you have control over children, Six of Cups. Could be. Maybe you're bribing this person by being in good with the children, making this person feel guilt. If they leave you, they're going to be guilted. So you guilt them into staying with you, which is a form of blackmail and bribery. And you know you're doing it. You know you're doing it, okay? Money could also be an issue here. You're paying the bills or you're helping pay and provide. So if they leave, you're going to go ahead and take that money with you. There could also be addictions, all forms of addictions, okay? Sex, drugs, drinking, just habitual habits. We have strong Capricorn here. We also have Sagittarius, okay, Virgo and Leo. We have a little bit of Cancer vibes in here. And really, there's just a very strong attachment. And I don't think it's a healthy attachment. We do have the karmic card. So this just assures me that I'm right on point with my message.
Mommy.
What?
I want the Iron Giant movie.
Okay, go ask Sissy. Thank you. Let's go ahead and get some hidden truth. I will wait for a sign from you. Somebody's waiting for you to release them. Maybe you have all the control. You have all the control in this relationship. Somebody's just waiting for a sign that they can go. As soon as they get that check in the mail, they're gone. As soon as they get that phone call that they have another job elsewhere, they're gone. You know, as soon as something else comes up, somebody's ready to let go of this relationship and leave. They're only here because of the devil. They're only here because of this. There could even be magic involved, keeping this person at bay by forms of dark magic, okay? Again, blackmail, threats, control. This karmic relationship is extremely controlling. Tell me about this Ten of Wands. Tell me about the Ten of Wands. I need more time. You see, wait and time. There's some kind of divine intervention here, making this take longer. This Ten of Wands is not ready to be dropped yet, okay? It's coming, but they need more time, and that's why it may be 10 more weeks before this situation is released. Confirming what I said earlier, we have isolated, okay? Staying away from people, feeling alone and going within, okay? That really talks about that Hermit card. We also have heavy guilt. Karma has shown me how wrong I was, and I'm ashamed. Now what? So heavy, heavy burdens, heavy, heavy guilt. I really feel like this double-edged sword might be for this one. Reaping what you have sown and tasting your own words. It's coming. You're going to get back. That's not Mariah. You were talking to your uncle and aunt. Go ask your sissy.
Well, she is being mean to me.
Okay.
I'm not going to do it.
I'll be right back, guys. Okay. All right. So anyways, Karmic, I feel like you are going to have to reap what you were sowing with this Devil card. And eventually, you are going to taste your own words. And basically what that means is you're going to get a dose of your own medicine. It is coming for you. Right now, you may be lapping in the lap of luxury. You may be you may be embracing like a lot of happy times, good times, holidays. You might be reaping a lot of good benefits at this time, but this is going to run out. Your time is running out. Before you know it, there's going to be a sign, and that sign is that this is going to have to come to an end. And that's just what's going to be happening with this karmic cycle. All good things come to an end eventually. It can't be good forever. And I think something here is definitely about to end. Whoops. A card that comes out for you is the talk. So you are going to have a talk with this person that you're in a relationship with that either, you know, and I feel like you're the one bribing them, okay? But you guys are going to have a talk. I know you miss the way things were. I miss you. You're going to miss this person. There's going to be some tears shed. There's going to be some emotions. But this relationship is toxic. Flat out. However this relationship started, it wasn't supposed to last forever, okay? This relationship just wasn't meant for the long haul. Yeah, there's a path to destiny. And right at the end, this path to destiny is to release this karmic contract. Bottom of the deck, everyone in this relationship is being robotic. You're being robotic, your person's being robotic. No one's really genuinely here because there's a lot of love. There may have been a lot of love in the past, but there's not a lot of love right now. You guys are just going through the motions of day-to-day life. Going to work, coming home, going grocery shopping, cleaning the house, vacuuming, shampooing the carpets, you know, buying decorations for the house, going out to eat, taking drives in the mountains, you know. Those were good times in the past. Now it's frustration. Burdens are coming home to you. Someone feels like a burden coming home to you. Or it could be you feel like you're, you know, coming home and they're a burden. But either way, someone here's a burden. Okay? It could be someone is a financial burden, an emotional burden. I also feel I have to come out and say, I think sex is not happening. I think that you guys are not having a lot of that, okay? There's just no sexual energy in this reading. It's singleness, it's isolation, it's a burden, and wands represent passion and desire and drive and action and can definitely represent sexual energy. Right now, there's a lot of sexual tension. There's not a lot of sex going on, okay, if any. Let me get some truth on this. Give me some more truth, please, with this path to destiny for the karmic. Bottom of the deck is there's so much anger inside me and it's hostile. The house, the relationship, the vibration together, it's not feeling very good, okay? There's a lot of tension for sure. It's not just sexual tension, it's a lot of tension. The other cards that came out is awakening. I feel like I'm losing my mind, and that's why you feel out of control. So the karmic here is absolutely stressed, under tension and pressure. They're seeing the truth about many other things, and that's scaring them, okay? So we have a karmic here that is extremely overwhelmed. I don't think you know what to do with all the pressure that's in your mind right now, okay? It's painful and it's stressful, and you don't know what you're going to do about this. The next card is nobody understands the darkness inside of me. Inner demons. We do have someone that's dealing with a mental illness. This could be a bipolar disorder. This could also be borderline personality disorder. Okay? If you guys are aware of what that is. This person has a hypersensitive energy. They probably cuss and go off at the drop of a hat. When you fight with this person, it goes from 0 to 60 pretty damn quick. You guys could be arguing about the phone bill, and all of a sudden it's slamming doors, screaming, freaking out, bringing up the past, and having meltdowns. And possibly somebody slamming the door and driving off. And then coming back and expecting everything to be okay. Now, what the problem is with borderline personality disorder, there's usually about 9 traits. One of the most important traits in borderline personality disorder, and part of their cycle, is they deal with abandonment issues. So this is someone in a karmic situation that is suffering with abandonment issues. And they might get triggered over the littlest things and spur off to where they want to leave you before you can leave them, that kind of a thing. Also, they want to hurt someone before they're hurt. And it's all stemming to that fear of abandonment. So we definitely have someone that has these inner demons. And it says nobody understands the demons inside me. So I do feel like this could be a disorder that has not been properly diagnosed by a psychologist. I feel like this person maybe has not been able to afford a psychologist. It's not on their insurance plan, or, you know, they've just never really been to the doctors for a long, long time. And, you know, nobody has ever really confronted them to diagnose this. This person would have a good relationship with their parents. But I feel like most likely it's the mother. I feel like there's some kind of an issue with the father. But I feel like this person would have a good relationship with siblings or a mom. But there's some definite masculine problems here. Okay? Now, whether that's a male or a female, it doesn't really matter. It just means there's some issues here with dad. I feel like they might even hear voices. Voices of the past. This is going to make them feel a little crazy. Okay, we have the awakening, I'm losing my mind, nobody understands me. And they're like shaking their head like, oh my God, I can't think, I can't think. We have someone that just can't a grip of reality. They can't comprehend that this is a karmic situation that's coming to an end. This is someone who is hanging on, not wanting to let go. They're like grabbing a hold of this relationship with every breath they have. They're not willing to let go. They're hanging on by a thread. They're hanging on to this relationship through threats and bribery and emotional blackmail. Otherwise, they would be abandoned. And that's their biggest fear. But they're not going to be able to keep this other person on the hook for so long. There is definitely a time that is coming up that this is going to have to be released. The last card that comes up for this karmic is with the Devil card, clarification and the path to destiny. I'm sick of pretending to be someone I'm not, wearing a mask. Fake, fake, fake. As fake as the testimony of the Twitter CEO and the Zuckerberg guy from Facebook. I mean, it is that fake. Their testimony was ridiculous. They're brilliant creators of major billions upon billions of dollars industry for social media. They invented these things, and they're acting like they don't know how to get a simple list of names and a simple data analysis program to find out who is doing what in their company. It's ridiculous. They're full of shit, and that's it. They're full of shit. They're trying to get away with murder. They know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing, and it's the same with this karmic. You know exactly what you're doing. You know the manipulation strings you're pulling. You know the magic you're doing. You know the bribery that you're putting out there. You know the guilt trip that you're putting out there. You know what strings you're pulling to manipulate this puppet. And I think you're sick of being a fake. Sometimes the truth just has to come out, and the truth shall set you free. And that's your path to destiny. Right now, you guys are hell in a handbasket. This is a hostile relationship. I finally see you're working on some shadow work. The shadow work is clearly the devil. Let's get some more vibes about this shadow work. Let me get a different deck. Oh, it's not in there. No, I'll just use that one. Okay. Spirit, please clarify this. Ooh. Please clarify this shadow work for the karmic situation. Wow, we have the Tower card. You guys saw how I parted it, and this is the one that fell. And I said it fell, I'm going to keep it. This is literally the Tower card, the number 16. Children of men. Interesting. There may be some children of a man that is affecting this relationship as well. Okay, that could be a big problem factor in this relationship. But I'm not paying attention to the movie title as much as I'm paying attention to the Tower. Okay, this relationship is coming to an end. The shadow work that you're dealing with is a complete awakening, a slap in the face, a shock, a truth-telling. The way things were can no longer be. Whatever you thought it was, it's not. This is basically completely reverse from the situation you're in. So this Six of Wands is turning into a Devil card. This person that was once so nice and winning and getting a victory is going to get a loss. This person that felt like someone really loves me and they're here because they want to be is learning that the person is not with them because they want to be. They're with them for money, children, or guilt, or financial reasons and means. That's a shocking truth. Give me some clarification about who the karmic is with. Show me who the karmic is with, or at least last in a relationship with, because you might have just gotten through a breakup. You might have just gone through a breakup, but you haven't let go. Bottom of the deck is the Strength card. Leo. I feel like this is a Leo rising. A Leo rising, could be a Leo moon. That's who I feel the karmic is with. Then we have the Page of Swords. A childish Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius could also be who the karmic is with. This is The Hunt for the Wild People. I've never seen this dumbass movie. Honestly, I don't know. But with the Page of Swords, I feel like the person that the karmic is with is holding back information, possibly about children. There's some information the karmic is not aware of. Maybe the child's really not his. Or maybe this person knows the child was somebody else's. Maybe there's a woman keeping secrets and she knows this child is somebody else's. Maybe the DNA results came back proving that someone has a child and they have not shared that information with the karmic. Okay? But if it's not a child, it could be this person is keeping secrets about how they feel about the karmic's children, or the karmic is keeping secrets about how they feel about the person they're with's children. Somebody here is saying they like someone's child when they really don't. Someone here is playing a role pretending that they really like somebody and their children, and they fucking really don't like them. And there's been people that are in relationships and they're like with a mom because she's hot. She's good in bed, but they can't stand her kid. Okay, that could be the situation. Or vice versa with a guy. He's really hot, you get along great, but you can't stand their kid. It could also be a dog. There could be some issues with a dog or a cat. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people get in relationships and they do not have a bone in their body that likes their pet, which is like the other person's child. So there could be some resentment here. An inner knowing that you know someone doesn't like them, but you're kind of sticking around anyways, which is ridiculous. You should stop that right now. But somebody may not be telling them this. They're not admitting this to them. There could also be the energy where someone is just keeping secrets, okay, acting like a child, not sharing their heart, not communicating, not talking about their feelings. Strength card does represent control, okay? Usually the Strength card shows an Empress getting control over a lion. And it shows that her feminine side has power to influence the masculine side. And it shows that through love and kindness, she can control a beast. Someone's trying to control their inner beast. And they're holding back words that could hurt. Words like, I like you, but I hate your parents. I like you, but I don't like your kids. I like you, but I don't like your dog. I like you, but I don't like your family. Okay? I like you, but I don't like your job and your financial position. Okay? It could be something like that, you know, and they'd hate to admit anything else. So the person that you're with, karmic, is holding back how they really feel and what they really think about you. What do they really feel and what do they really think about the karmic? What does this person really feel? And what does this person really think about the karmic? Bottom of the deck is they don't know the truth yet. So honestly, the bottom of the deck talks about your person is keeping secrets from you, karmic, and you don't know the truth. Whatever the person you're dealing with, you think you know the situation, karmic, but you don't even know the half of it. There are sides to a story that you know nothing about. There are sides to this person that you know nothing about. And that goes for the karmic as well. This person in a relationship with the karmic, you think you know them, but you don't know them. You know their representative. You know who the karmic wants you to know. You don't know who the karmic really is at the core of their soul, which looks very demented and disturbed, okay? I would be very fearful here of violence. Okay, with the Devil card, the Ten of Wands and Toxic, the Page of Swords, the Inner Demons. I almost feel like if you shake this lion's cage, you might just get attacked. If you rock the boat in this relationship, there's going to be a battle. And I think there is someone here that walks on pins and needles and on eggshells, because if you rock that boat, it's over. And so someone's very cautious about what to say and what's going on. I do feel that whenever you guys sit down on the couch or watch a movie or eat dinner or something like that, there's 1,000 questions going on in your head, but you're afraid to ask. Or the person you're with, karmic, they're afraid to ask you, okay? There's just a lot going on in the head, which is the Page of Swords. A lot going on, questions, 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 but it's not being asked. Someone's too afraid. Someone's holding back. And there may even be some spying. This is kind of a Snoop Dogg card. So we have someone that could be snooping around, searching for information. I do also feel, and I'm not sure who it is in this karmic relationship, but someone has hacked an account, grabbed a PIN number, or while somebody was sleeping, gotten someone's thumb and pushed it onto the thumbprint of an Apple phone while they were sleeping and opened up their phone and seen text messages, emails, messenger messages, Snapchat messages, things like that. Somebody has gotten in to that source of information. And because they were spying, they've gotten a very big surplus amount of information that is making someone feel guilt. Someone is feeling so guilty and so upset. One, that they snuck around and found out what they found, but also that there was a past situation that somebody thought they knew everything about, but they didn't know the half of it. And so now this person is soul searching, asking for forgiveness in, their heart with God, and also saying, I hope I can be forgiven because the judgments that I've passed were incorrect. I made judgments based on a one-sided story. I didn't know the whole thing. I took actions. Lives may have been destroyed. Problems may have been created. And it was based on lies and bullshit and toxicity. And I have so much guilt for my part to play in that. Okay, somebody here feels really bad that they were kind of being led falsely. Does that make sense? Somebody here feels like they were being led falsely, or based on false presumptions. They were led into a situation, and had they had all the information, they would have acted differently. So, yeah, deception, lies, bullshit, deceit, trickery. Egos are at play. More and more information is being released. This person, the other card that came out for the person you're with, karmic, feels overwhelmed. They have too much. It's so much their heart is going to explode, and not in a good way. Somebody is stressed with work, stressed with money, stressed with kids, stressed with karma, stressed with a relationship, stressed, and could be dogs, could be the car, could be bills, could be everything. Okay, karmic, the person you're with is so overwhelmed. He or she is likely unable to react in a healthy way because they've got too much on their plate. You, karmic, because it says the karmic, is fake. He or she is very upset. And we had that earlier. I'm sick of pretending. We talked about fake. Someone I'm not, wearing a mask. There's 2 confirmations for the karmic. They are absolutely playing pretend. And that makes sense with this mask as well. Lots of masks. Okay? So, yeah, they don't know the truth yet. And look at that. Look what's under that. New information. New information has come in, guys. Let's get some questions. What is this new information that has been discovered? What is the new information that has been discovered? Pleasure, fun, bubbles, the hummingbird, new life. Fun, this is children, bubbles, innocence, a new beginning, a new perspective. This says pleasure, but I also like to think of it as a new perspective. Pleasure could also come in that somebody discovered somebody was having a good time with somebody else. They were having fun. They were snuggling, watching movies, kissing, having sex, playing games, hanging out with other people's kids, other people's dogs, exchanging recipes, chit-chatting, having a good time, finding pleasure. Somebody found out somebody was having a good time with somebody else. Okay? Bottom of the deck, this person that someone's having a good time with is someone from the past. It could be an ex. Somebody got back in touch with an ex. It doesn't have to be recent. It could be a while ago. 10 of Wands, Devil, could have been a while ago. But you thought they hated each other. You thought these two exes were at each other's throats. And then you find out that they had some kind of forgiveness. They got put back together in some way. You found out, this could have been a year ago, you know, but you found out, Karmic, that this person was in communication with someone from the past and they were getting along just fine. And you thought they were fighting. You thought they were cats and dogs. Okay, you thought this was a terrible situation. Come to find out, you were in the dark. Come to find out, here you are thinking that it was such a toxic relationship and it was actually really loving. So somebody here was lied to. And it broke your trust. It broke some loyalty. It called to question someone's loyalty. Now, this could have already happened a while ago and you've already forgiven them. This whole finding out the truth, discovering that shocked you. And you guys might have already forgiven each other. But I feel like it's coming back up again, isn't it? It's come back up again. It's like maybe somebody's dredging up the past, which is a burden. And we do have the past is a burden. So somebody's like, I can't get over this stuff. I thought I got over this. I thought I forgave, but no, I can't. Show me more about this relationship for the karmic situation. We have reversals. We have the Hierophant, the Grand Budapest Hotel in reverse. The Hierophant represents commitment, a promise, a pledge, loyalty, marriage, or at least promises. It also represents a community of like-minded people, but it's in reverse. Everything that you thought with this tower, everything that you thought was going ahead is not. You're very shocked. You thought you were going to marry this person, now you're not. You thought you were going to have kids with this person, now you're not. You thought this person had their finances very straight, but they don't. You thought this person really was loyal and into you, and you find out they were actually a player. They really played you. They really fooled you. They really had you going there. So these are all brand new discoveries, and you're just like, holy crap, tower moment. This is not what I thought it was. The other card that came out in reverse is Judgment Day. 2 of Wands, the Terminator. So a decision that has not been made yet. A fork in the road that no one has decided to pick which side they want to be on. They're stuck staring at the fork in the road. No decision has been made yet. Whatever's going on in this relationship, no one's decided whether they're going to go or whether they're going to stay. There's a lot of you guys here just in limbo, waiting to see what's going to happen. The other card that came out in reverse is the Four of Pentacles, the favorite, and it's in reverse. She's being blindfolded and led somewhere like some kind of a game. I feel like somebody's been playing games with you. And no, not all these cards are in reverse, okay? Not all these cards are in reverse. It's a mixed deck. So however this came out, it came out for a reason. You're losing a commitment with this person in this relationship. What's going to be happening over this next 10 weeks? What's going to be happening? Bottom of the deck, 10 of Swords. You were never really here. Wow, that's a movie. You were never really here. We have someone stressed, remorseful, sad, in pain, betrayed, backstabbed. This really represents a painful ending. This could even be a violent, painful ending. But for this karmic relationship, there is going to be a violent, painful ending of this connection. Okay? The other card we have in reverse is Logan, which is the Death card. The other card we have is the Knight of Cups, Bright Star. I think somebody's looking somewhere else for love. I think there's a death to this relationship, and I think somebody's looking above for somebody else. The other cards that came out is definite endings. We have the World card. And this is Hannah, the movie. I've never seen that movie. But Hannah. And someone's looking through a looking glass. Or no, it's a snake. And by the way, this snake does represent Rahu and Ketu. But it also represents the never-ending story. It goes round and around and around and around. The snake that eats itself never really wins. There's an ending and then a new beginning. Wherever something ends, something begins. And it's just constantly chasing itself. But there's definitely an ending with the world and death. So there is a new beginning, but there first has to be a breakup. And somebody's seeking out a relationship. And I feel these two cards are connected. Six of Cups, Bright Star. Yeah, I feel like somebody's thinking about somebody in the past. Most likely a Cancerian, but it could also be a Pisces or a Scorpio. But somebody's thinking about getting in a relationship with somebody in the past. I do also think there was something of an eclipse that caused, in the past relationship, somebody's breakup. Not the karmic, but a third party, somebody else. There was a past relationship that was broken up around a eclipse time frame. And now that's going to be coming back around with the World card. This karmic relationship is going to have a Tower, a Death, and a World card ending. Okay, they have the Ten of Wands and the Ten of Swords. There is going to be a painful ending in this relationship. But somebody is hopeful at new love elsewhere. The other card that comes up is the Moon. And that really confirms this Cancerian, okay? But like I said, it could also be Pisces or Scorpio. They're all pretty much led by the Moon because they're water signs. But the Moon is coming into play, which is hidden feelings, hidden emotions, secrets, fears, underlying worries. But here you see the North node of the Moon and the South node of the Moon, Rahu, Ketu. So there's, again, karma with this relationship. And a deep soulmate connection with another relationship. This is all brought together divinely for a reason. It wasn't an accident. If you've been in this karmic relationship, it wasn't, whoops, I picked the wrong one. I made a mistake. I shouldn't have been in this relationship. No, it was all fate. Everything has to happen for a reason. Everything has to happen this way. Even Saturn and Jupiter are in the sign of Capricorn right now per Vedic astrology. and they're about straightening out a mess, straightening out a very big mess. Astrologically, you can see with COVID, this is going to be getting straightened out. We're going to be getting the vaccine. People are going to be getting more healthy. Things are going to be taking a turnaround. This whole COVID scare is going to get better, okay? We're going to get more answers. We're going to have healing. We're going to have remedies. We're going to have better structure. It's going to be better, okay? There might be some obstacles, but it's going to be better. And the same thing with governments. Right now, with Saturn and Jupiter coming together and Pluto coming with them, as well as Mercury, the sun is well to come in there as well soon, okay? Very soon. We are definitely going to be seeing, I would say, national reform for our government. And that would be all countries. It's not just America. It's going to be all countries. China is under fire right now for their human rights that they are not abiding by with what they're doing to South Korea and Taiwan. They're trying to take them over. They're holding people prisoner and hostage. Other people are coming out and confessing that they've been making deals with North Korea, with that sick, crazy guy, Kim Jong-un, whatever the heck, giving him all kinds of trade goods, and nobody's supposed to be trading with North Korea because of human rights issues. The United Nations does not want countries to work with them, but China is. So China's definitely, trying to take over. And those people in North Korea are going to be getting peace. Please go. Close the door. Okay, they're going to be getting peace. They're going to be having national reform. They're not going to be dealing with them anymore. People are going to be on them with white on rice, trying to take care of them. We'll talk later.
Yeah, I know, but I'm going to go get ready and I'm going to call Grandma Tandy. So.
That's fine.
All right.
Anyways,
What's the number?
you can look on your phone. Close my door. Anyways, there's going to be some things settled in, to make peace, because we cannot allow people to be hurt. We also found out, and this is America, I don't know about other places, but the Dominion software, and it goes by other names, was found out to be used in other countries. So Venezuela, Spain, I think Germany, okay? So there were other elections that were turned in other countries because of this software. And we're finding out these secrets, and it's all because of Jupiter and Saturn working together to get reform. So we're going to be probably getting people in trouble, okay? People are going to be getting it where they need to get it, all right? We're going to be finding out, all the corruption across the globe, planet Earth. We're going to be finding out corruption. But the reason I'm bringing that up, Karmic, is because if that is the kind of energy that's in the world, because this is what's happening out there, we are a mirror reflection. What happens out in our world is mirror reflected in our relationships. So you're going to be noticing with the Tower card, which is a shock, the world ending, the death, the Ten of Swords, Ten of Wands, all these secrets, all these things that have been corruption in a relationship, corruption into people's lives and families. These things have to be rectified. These things have to be dealt with. And the universe is dealing with them. There is a form of justice sweeping our entire existence on planet Earth, and it affects your relationship, it affects your jobs, it affects your health, it affects your governments, it affects everything, all the family dynamics. There's just going to be a big reckoning, okay? And first, before the reckoning, comes the wrecking ball. That's the Tower card. So what is the wrecking ball in this karmic relationship? A separation, a breakup, a huge fight, a very huge fight that leads to a breakup. That's the wrecking ball. What does this wrecking ball mean in governments? Governments getting found out. Governments getting brought down to their knees. Wrecking ball. People in power and authority and positions, like the mob, like a mob-like mentality, getting the wrecking ball, you know, and crashing down that little enterprise. There's just so much of this tower energy in your life, and it's even at your job. You know, some people work at jobs and they're not fair. They don't treat you fair. They drag you in when you're sick. How many here can raise their hands and say your company dragged you into work when you were sick? I bet every single one of you can raise your hands and say, I was dragged into work. They didn't care if I was sick. That was like secret, right? Well, if you're sick and you're able to get out of bed, come to work. You're only allowed a certain amount of sick days. And usually it's like 3, you know, maybe 4 at your worst. But with COVID, now companies are forced by federal guidelines to give you quarantine, to give you 2 weeks quarantine if you feel sick, to get tested for COVID. They can't let you come back to work unless that has been dealt with. And so that is the reform I'm talking about. These businesses are being strong-armed by the government right now to conform to a universal, more healthy way of living. Also, schools, same thing. You know, your students are, well, not every state, but a lot of states, your students are being told to stay at home. And so a lot of you moms and dads, and that came up in here, and that may add to a lot of this 10 of Wands stress in this karmic reading. But a lot of moms and dads are struggling with work, putting food on the table, and also what are they going to be doing with their children? If their children are at home all day and they need homeschooling, does that mean you have to quit your job? Does that mean you have to work and be part of the school at the same time? There's a lot of confusion and a lot of stress. But if you look at it with the bigger picture, children are safer. They're not in harm's way. They're not out there trying to get sick. They're not out there getting influenced by peers. They're not out there in danger where psychos could come and hurt schools. They're not out there with toxic teachers. They're not out there getting physically ill because they have a low immune system, because they have very little sleep and a lot of stress. For people that have little sleep and a lot of stress, their immune systems go down. We all know this. We all know this. Adults know this. But think about our children. You know, they get up at the crack of dawn, eat breakfast, go to school before the sunrise or at sunrise, and they're out all day in the world till 4 or 5 o'clock at night. And then they have homework, maybe very little playtime, and very little family interaction. And then they have to get whatever little sleep they can get and do it all again. So that's a very high stressful environment for children. And it just hasn't been working in government, in families. The way that they have been handling the school system just doesn't work. And the way people have families just doesn't work. How many people here can raise their hands and say, we both have to work, we can't be around our kids? That's a problem. In the old days, parents that said, I have to send my kids to school, that's the way life is, they would think you're crazy to think that parents would have to say, I can't be around my kids. I have to leave the house and work. 100 years ago, they'd be looking at you like you're crazy. They would be looking at our way of life right now and thinking, wow, 2020 is crazy. Families don't spend very much time together. They're always in their phones or in their rooms playing games. They're outside of the house for all day from sunrise to sunset. Very little home time, very little family time. People are not going to churches anymore. People are not going to spiritual belief centers or working with spiritual belief at all. You know, what is it, like 7 out of 10 families do not practice any spiritual beliefs at all. So people are being led without any connection to source. And they're unhealthy. So the reason this is all coming up in your karmic reading is you're part of the world. You're part of the karma in the world. These lessons are to be learned. Beliefs are to be smashed. Systems are to be smashed. Ways of life are to be smashed. This Tower card represents your job karmic. It represents your family karmic. It represents your belief systems, karmic. It represents all of that. So I am touching base with all of it because this tower says everything you believed, everything you felt, everything you were living is coming down. It's coming down. So we all may be frustrated. We all may be like, oh my God, my world is literally crashing down on me. Huge burden, financial burden, children's burden, family relationships burden, everything, right? But really what Jupiter and Saturn are saying is get back to traditional values. Saturn is old. He's literally old, okay? He represents the old school, the elderly, the traditions, history, okay? He represents all old things. Jupiter represents abundance, faith, beliefs, okay? What you believe in. So old traditions, old beliefs are going to be coming back. That's just part of karma. Pluto's swinging back around after a couple hundred years to reinstall some tower moments that are going to shake up society, shake up homes, shake up marriages, shake up relationships. I believe also with all the women that were voted into the political parties right now, a lot of women, and I talked about it several videos back, women are going to have an uprising. Women are going to have a more of a say. Women are coming up in society. And it's not a feminist thing because I'm sorry, I'm not a feminist, but it's not a feminist thing. It just shows that the feminine energy is stepping back up into the forefront of society. And the feminine beliefs are love, nurture, and health and healing. Love, nurture, health, and healing. Those are strong-held feminine attributes, okay? So we're getting more of that. And with Saturn and Jupiter working together, I think that there's going to be some reform and change. You may have a hard time trying to reconfigure your work and your children, but it's all for the better. It's all for the good. These things get destroyed for a reason. So you should stop crying and praying that it's going to get back to the way it was last year or 2 years ago. Stop crying and praying for that because it's not going to happen. Your life is not going to be what it was 2 years ago. And as sad as that is for some people to accept, it's time you accept it. It's that serenity prayer. These things are going to get changed for a reason. Society kind of sucks right now. We have a lot of people that hate people. We have a lot of violence. We had a shooter just today in Wisconsin. I didn't read the whole story, but they shot up some people in Wisconsin, Milwaukee or some shit. You know, it's crazy. We've always had that, though. We've had that since Columbine. We've had it for decades. We've always had crazy people. But society is damaged, my loves, for a lack of feminine, for a lack of feminine love, for a lack of feminine approach, for a lack of structure and home values, which is what Saturn and Jupiter are going to do. They're going to restructurize your home values. People that have jobs they love may have to quit and do something else. I know somebody, well, you know, I won't blast her, but she's dating someone who worked at a hospital selling like hospital equipment. He was pretty rich. He had a lot of money. And because of COVID, he wasn't traveling all across the world anymore. He used to travel to like Italy, to Spain, to Germany. He would travel from San Francisco to New York pretty often. So he was always traveling for work. And with COVID, he couldn't travel anymore. They banned it. So there was no more traveling. There was no more going to these hospitals, selling equipment. So I don't know what he's doing, but I know it's some kind of home, like working at home. So I know that he is kind of stuck and restricted. He moved from a city, well, he moved from New York to like Massachusetts or Connecticut, something like that. It's close to New York, but it's out of the city. And he moved into the woods. He got a cabin in the fucking woods. And he's growing a gruffy little beard. He's letting his hair grow white. He's hunting. He's in nature. He's hiking. He's spending more time with his kids. His kids had to leave the city life and go move over there. So I'm sure they're like, what the fuck's going on? But they had to do homeschool anyways. They had dreams for their kids. This guy had dreams that his kids were going to go to an elite school in Manhattan and graduate from there and go to an elite college. Well, these plans are getting crushed because of the way schools are running. And his job is getting crushed. Now, I'm sure he's still getting paid from his job. I'm sure that there's still employment for him, but it's changed dramatically. Maybe he's making less. I don't know. But I know that it may have been an uprooting from their life, but that's Mula Nakshatra. That was that Jupiter Sagittarius moving from Mula, now moving into Capricorn at the very 1 degree. You know, he's made a big transition from Scorpio to Capricorn. There's been a huge shift in morality and change, beliefs and family structure. And now he's going to go say, hey, Saturn, can we restructurize family beliefs? Can we restructure spiritual beliefs for people? You know, can we restructure health and abundance and finances and education? Because Jupiter represents higher education. So yes, there's a reform. Anyways, the reason I'm bringing that up, maybe it makes sense with this karmic situation, is life changes. Shit happens. You guys are coming to an end with the world. You guys are definitely going to have a breakup in this family dynamic. And it's not just because of COVID. And it's not just because of change in work energy. And it's not just because this relationship was based on lies, which it was. The reason your relationship is ending is because it's time. And I know you have a little bit more time with this person, but this is coming to an end. Just like the way governments have been running, it's coming to an end. We have a message to the governments of our world. You had your shot. You had your turn. You had your moment of glory. You had your control and your manipulation. You had your money and you had your power and you had your goons in your pocket. And you had your reign. And you reigned for quite a while. But it's ending. This way the world works is ending. The monarchy, the Chinese government, Russia's government, the United States government, every government, it's coming to an end. The way that the world has been working for the last couple hundred years, which is very masculine driven, is going to be more feminine driven. And I believe that wholeheartedly. And I've been preaching this since months ago before any of these events really took place. And a lot of you guys have been following me know I have talked about this, that there is going to be a feminine movement. The video that I talked a lot about that in was a divine feminine reading. And you should look it up. I think it was in September, I think. You guys can look at that. But it's not just women that are going to be having places in the world. It's a feminine energy. So men out there with a feminine energy, they're going to be stepping up as well. And it's all about following your intuition, your inner knowing. People are going to be trusting their intuition and their psychic abilities. Do you know one of the most masculine phrases? One of the most masculine phrases in the world is, where's the proof? Show me the proof. That is such a masculine phrase. A feminine phrase would be, I know the truth. I know the truth. Feminines just know. Masculines want proof. It's all about the physical world. They don't care about what feels right, what feels good, what feels honest, they don't test their barometer. There's no conscience there. Masculine people just want to see physical evidence, physical proof. And that's how our globe, Earth, has been operating for over 200 years, is in a masculine approach. A lot of documents, a lot of written word, a lot of proof, a lot of legalities, a lot of bullshit, to be honest. Our governments have been run on a lot of, I hate to say it, but political bullshit all across the world. People need contracts, signatures, paperwork, legality systems. It has to go through A, B, and C to be approved. That's so masculine. And as you've seen, masculines get clusterfucked. Masculine energies get all clusterfucked because they're overwhelmed with all this physical energy. So they need a feminine healer to come in and heal up this crazy mess. I'm busy. I'm not going to help you right now.
Yes, I know, but hold on. Can you at least call her for me? Because
I already spoke to her when you were in your room. She's not coming here today. And the only way we would go over there is if we need to get a ride. It's already handled, and it's probably not going to happen today. I have to finish what I'm doing and then contact someone.
okay.
So I'll deal with that when I'm done.
Alright, jeez. Could have just said that and I would have left you alone.
So sorry about the interruption. Where was I at with that? So the feminine healers are coming in, men and women, to kind of fix the mess that's been done. Now, karmic, in a personal relationship, you might meet a feminine that is going to come and help you heal, because underneath that card is cleanse. So for the karmic, you might need your mother, you might need your sister, you might need your best friends. Okay, you might need your grandma, you might need a spiritual healer to come and heal you from all of this pain and trauma that you've been going through. But your relationship, in essence, was bogged up by paperwork, legalities, formalities, children, bribes. Okay, we did talk about bribes for the karmic relationship. We did talk about emotional blackmail in the relationship. And do you see how that mirrors our government system? How your government, likes all governments, want to emotionally blackmail you, give you the guilt trip, you know? Oh, put your kids back in school. They feel better. They need it. Interview. I'm not saying all the kids in the world. That's egotistical. But interview the kids that are at home. I bet you most of them are so happy that they get to be at home and sleep and have peace and have rest and play with their things and see their parents more, see their grandparents more, be around their pets more. I guarantee you that children are much more happy now than they were in school. And the only reason they would say they're not is because maybe there's a lot of social kids that don't like their parents and don't like their home. They're afraid to admit it, but they'd rather be with their friends than be with you. They like their teachers more than they like you. I mean, that could be the problem. Because, you know, any other kids that love their family unit would want to be home. And so there's this restructuring. So I'm just going to tell you, karmic, the same way the rest of the world is crumbling and falling apart right now, and I hate to say it like that, but we have the world and the tower and death. 10 of swords, 10 of wands. The world is crumbling around you. Your career may be crumbling around you. The fun things that you used to do are crumbling around you. Governments are crumbling around you. When things out there fall apart, you focus on the home. When the whole world outside of your home is losing their shit, you focus on the inside, and that's this hermit energy. And that's this reconstruction on the inside. So you're not worried about sports events. You're not worried about work events. You're not worried about all that shit, all that political shit. Who gives a shit, right? Not worried about it. Right now, you want to worry about what's going on with your family. What's going on with your pets, your children, your mom, your dad, and your grandparents, or whoever's involved. What's going on with us on the inside? How are you feeling? Are you healthy? What's going on? Sometimes, karmic, you've been so preoccupied with work that you didn't take notice that your family was falling apart. Maybe your spouse was cheating. Maybe your kids were doing drugs behind your back. Maybe your kids were sexually active behind your back. Maybe your kids didn't like you behind your back. You know, maybe there was depression and cutting behind your back. Now, that's the devil card, okay? You could have been so preoccupied with your job that you didn't notice what was going on at home. Maybe your kids were on TikTok too much watching provocative videos. Maybe they were watching provocative things like that, sexual things at a young age. Maybe your kids were cussing, you know, talking a lot of bad things to other kids. You know, you have to watch your kids. My kids have friends and they chat over the phone. And I walked into a conversation that I guess I shouldn't have walked into. And one of the kids that were talking to my other kid said something like, have you ever popped a titty? And I don't even know what the fuck that means. I'm like, are they talking about a breast implant? Like you like pop it? What are they talking about? And then I thought about it a little bit more and I thought, does that mean like pop a titty out? Like Janet Jackson at the Super Bowl? Pop a titty out? Is that what they're trying to say? Mind you, this kid is like 12 years old. She doesn't even have a titty. You have no titty. What are you talking about? Okay? And the difference between my kid's friend and my kid is that kid goes to public school. And I've talked with our friend because she's like my second daughter. We've talked about public school before and her schools that she's gone to. She moved from Colorado to Kentucky. And she's been in different public schools. She's moved around a lot. But her experience has always been the same. Bullying, peer pressure, and emotional pressure. And her family is falling apart. So I have to talk with her. But those are the kinds of things your kids are going to be exposed to. And that was just a little conversation that I happened to step into because my daughter had her on speaker. I would have never known had I not walked in. I can guarantee you I'm going to be more on point on what's being said over their little cell phone than I ever have before. And I can guarantee you the red flags are out. And as your kids grow, you want to be more aware of who and what they're around and what they hear and see. I also know that letting your kids be on TikTok is an issue. I let my kids be on TikTok. Everybody in the world has to be on TikTok. It's like a rite of passage. But what they see on there is like the WAP songs. They see people dancing like the WAP songs. And we as a society think it's okay. I've got my girlfriends that are, 40 years old doing the WAP on TikTok because they're hot. I got my girlfriends out there shaking their ass on the WAP on a pole at the house and their husbands right behind them and their kids are like, go mom. Yeah, mom's doing the WAP. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on in our society? And then I see my friends have children as well. And it's like their kids are 17, 18. They have young girls. And they're out with boyfriends, tonguing it up on Facebook and TikTok and totally sexually active. And they're just okay with it. Well, honey, use protection. I'm glad you do it at home rather than anywhere else. And they think that's good parenting. That must be good parenting. Letting your kids walk around with booty shorts, doing the WAP, tonguing it down as a minor, that must be good parenting. Because at least they're doing it at home, right? I think we as a society have lost our God ever-loving mind. And Karmic, you're related to this energy in the world because whatever's going on in this relationship, it was mirroring the madness that is going on in the world. The way you operate your children is a problem. What you think is okay is a problem. What you do with your kids and what you allow is a problem. I have to come down with the iron fist in this reading and just say it, Karmic. You might be my girlfriend, my friend. You might be her doing the WAP, all right? You might be that parent that can't wait to get your kids out of the fucking house so you can get your sanity back. That might be you, Karmic. And that's a fucking problem. It's not okay. All right? You might be that parent that's kicking back a few drinks because you can't handle everyone at home. That's a problem. And why I'm bringing this up, Karmic, is because it's coming to an end. Because you see what happens when spiritual relationships, you grow. In other words, you grow up. I don't care if you're 50. You grow up. And you learn that respect is important. Respect does not necessarily mean control. It just means that you respect other people's senses. You respect what they see, what they hear, what they feel. You respect others as much as you can. I'm not saying you have to respect others 24/7, but you respect them as much as you can. You don't just subject people in the public and people in the world to negativity. You respect their space. And COVID has really done that. We've respected each other's space, this 6-foot rule. Some people get too pushy. Some people touch people inappropriately, you know. Some people barge into people and brush their shoulders up against them, and they're rude. And, you know, society is learning some new rules. Respect each other's space. If you care about another human being, wear a mask. Not saying that I necessarily agree with all of that, but it's a start. Respect others is a start. And I think we're doing it. Now, karmic, you're losing your mind. I totally see that. There's a new beginning headed your way. Most likely, if you are the karmic watching me, your relationship's going to be ending after the holidays. This might be the last Christmas and the last Thanksgiving you ever have with the person that you're currently with. This may be the last one. And I think deep down you know that. I think deep down you know this is it. This is it. Let's go ahead and get the Love Oracle card about your relationship with this person. We have George Michael. Pay no heed to careless whispers. And family are your band members. Right now is time for you to focus on your family. You may have been preoccupied with work, like I said earlier. Preoccupied with a lover, possibly. But it's time for you to get back in touch with them. Oh, let me read this for you. Oh boy. George Michael is obviously an 80s singer. Okay, he probably came up with Careless Whisper. But George Michael, okay, was a singer and a songwriter and a record producer. He had fame in the 80s with the band Wham, writing hits such as Careless Whisper in 1987 that put him in. He began a solo career. He famously kept his homosexuality until being more troubles with the police on issues to do with sex and drugs were to follow, putting his clean, polished image into a more contrasted, poignant light. He was from the United Kingdom. It looks like he died in 2016. What I feel here is mostly a lot of secrets. George Michael had to do what? Hide who he really was from the world. This is pretending to be someone you're not, wearing a mask. And I think that's why George Michael's card came up. Karmic, whatever little role you're playing or whatever little role your lover is playing, maybe they're gay and you don't know it. Maybe it's just they're not who you think they are. You think you know them so well and you don't know shit, okay? Let's get another really big message from the bottom of the deck. Every hour spent staring at a screen is an hour spent alone. So this again is being in the phone like we talked about. Every hour spent on the screen is an hour spent alone. So your partner may be in their phone ignoring you at night. You may be ignoring your partner looking at your phone every night. There's no sex going on because you're not interacting with each other. There may be too much TV watching in this relationship and you want your partner to pay more attention to you. Okay, so there's a lot of that going on, which I think makes you feel uncomfortable around them. And maybe they're spending more time with family than you, or maybe you're spending more time with your family. Let's get another message. Give me another message for this karmic relationship. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Karmic, whoever you're with right now is not the right one. So whoever you're with might be the father of your kids, the mother of your kids, or it might just be someone you've been with for a couple years. Okay, it might be someone you're married to and you do have kids with. I don't know. I don't know what the situation is. But this person that you think is forever, is the one, is not. This person that you're comfortable with is not the right one. There's somebody else out there for you. And it says, you deserve love. You are lovable. Okay, your person spending all that time in the phone, that's not fair to you. That's not fair to you. They're ignoring you and not giving you love. Why? Because they're tired. They work too hard. They're away from home all day. They don't want to be attracted to you. They're not attracted to you anymore. They're keeping secrets from you, or vice versa. You're keeping secrets from them and they need to move the fuck on. Either way, the message is loud and it's proud and it's move the fuck on. 10 of Wands, World card, Death, 10 of Swords, okay? Freaking Tower card. Get on with it. Just do it. Get it over with. The other bottom of the deck is your love is being affected by children. And it's been throughout this message for the karmic. Okay? Somehow, some way, whether it's an inner child, pets, or your actual children, this relationship is heavily affected and there is abandonment issues. Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. Okay? The last one I'll pick is love yourself first, because your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So that's all coming up in the karmic situation. What does this person want to say about the karmic situation? I need you. I feel inadequate, ashamed, and upset with self and codependent. Needy, needy, needy. Codependence with that devil card. Again, it's that bribery, right? You're making someone feel like they need you. Karmic. You're bribing them. Maybe you're not doing it intentionally. But if you're giving this lover a guilt trip about your kids, if you leave, my son is going to miss you. He grew up with you. He doesn't have a father. He looks up to you. If you leave, you're going to ruin his life. You're going to totally crush him. Okay? Or my daughter. If you leave, you know, my daughter who's so used to you, so comfortable with you, you always do her hair or her nails or whatever. You know, she's so comfortable with you. If you leave, you're going to ruin what she feels for family. You're going to destroy it. She's going to suffer with abandonment issues. Do you see how someone's worried about their kids with abandonment issues when really it's them? They're the ones that have the abandonment issues. They're the ones feeling inadequate, self-ashamed, low self-worth, and codependent, but they're using the kids as an excuse. Gaslighting. It's not even about the kids. By the way, kids are resilient. They're going to be fucking fine. They just want their parents to be happy and sane. They don't want their parents in a toxic relationship. They don't want their parents lying and cheating behind each other's back. They don't want their parents avoiding sex. They don't want their parents hating each other. They don't want that shit. They don't want their parents keeping secrets, hiding their heart, not really living life with full love. They don't want that. The most healthy thing you could give your kids is for you to be healthy. I repeat, the most healthy thing you can do and give to your children is for you to be healthy. That's the best gift you can give them. However that works for you. So guilting someone to stay for their sake is not for their sake. It's for your sake. You're not okay living alone. You're not okay being alone. You're not okay being alone with yourself. What's going to happen when your kids grow up? And they're gone. Are you going to be okay with yourself? Probably not. You better start working on it now. Right now. Because someday when your kids are grown, out of high school, and maybe moved out, you're going to be in this karmic relationship. And you're going to look at each other, and now that you're not running the kids off to school, feeding the dogs, coming home, shampooing the carpets, putting dinner on the table, now that all that shit's gone, you're stuck with each other. And how does that feel? How does it feel living with someone that lied to you? How does it feel living with someone that cheats on you? How does it feel living with someone that doesn't really love you? How does it feel being with someone that is fake? How does it feel being with someone that portrays some other message on social media, but their real life is not what it really says it is out there? It's not going to feel good, okay? And I think karmic, that's why this is coming to an end, because there's some kind of wrecking ball. Yeah, we said expect delays. Earlier we had you need more time. This is divine time, not your time. Patience, there is still time. So, you've been seeing someone in your dreams, most likely past loved ones from the past or whatever have you. Let's get a message to the karmic. I think I'll do a moon card. These are the wisdom of the house, wisdom of the night oracles. Okay. And anyways, I don't know why I called them moon cards, but they're wisdom of the night. Give me a message for the karmic, please. Give me a message for the karmic. And can I just be clear, karmic, if it's not you feeling and knowing all of these things, if it by some chance isn't you as the one karmic that is feeling all these things, then it could be the partner you're with that is feeling all of these things. Okay? If you're off in oblivion somewhere, maybe the person you're with is going through these changes, going through these thoughts, facing these hurdles. We have hope. But it came in reverse. So I have to say there's very little hope, if there is any at all, for this relationship. Let's read that. Number 27. If you've been waiting for something, you will soon have clarity. You will get answers you thought would never come. And you will move closer to things that were out of reach before. Perhaps this card predicts a trip that you've been meaning to take. It can indicate both change of scene or a real change and a shift in your life. No matter what this is, this symbol holds for you. Know that wonderful change is coming. Know that no matter the temporary setbacks that you may have had presently in your life, new light will be revealed. When the moon is hidden in the darkest forest, it's hard to see the trees, and it's hard to know your next step. And it's easy to give in to that fear that there will never be safety or light again. I am here to guide you when you have lost your way, whispering to you to maintain faith that good things will come your way once more. Take one step forward to your dreams. I will take 2 steps towards you and help you achieve it. Have hope, and only good will come of it. So I really feel like for the karmic right now, life is so heavy for you with that 10 of Wands, 10 of Swords. I think work is a problem. I think love and sex is a problem. I think family life is a problem. I think the truth about how someone feels about you is a problem because it's a lie. I think that you are weighed down and burdened by so much stress and that of children. You're overwhelmed or your lover is overwhelmed, okay? Think of it as a remedy that you guys are actually going to get a divorce or you guys are actually going to have a separation. COVID didn't come to ruin your relationship. Okay, Saturn and Jupiter coming into their placements didn't come to ruin your relationship. Pluto didn't come because it hates you. Karma didn't come to dish out some hard reality because they think you're an evil person and you deserve it. This was all divine timing. This was all fate, destiny. part of a bigger plan, part of your birth chart. Yeah, it feels like a strike against you. It feels like this is a war on your life, and it's not fair. It feels like you take 10 steps forward and 20 steps back. You feel like you're getting nowhere, and there's no resolution, and you're not finding happiness. Even when you think you find happiness, you get disappointed because you're not happy again. I just want to assure you that this was all supposed to happen. Karma is a bitch. Okay, but only if you are. I repeat, karma is a bitch, only if you are. Stop being a bitch. Let this person go. Stop hanging on to them. Stop bribing them with your money. Stop bugging them to stay because of the pity for your children. Stop giving them an excuse to feel forced to be with you. Stop trying to manipulate people with the devil card to depend on you so they don't leave, because the karma you're not dealing with is your abandonment issues. That's your karma, and now you're dragging children into it, possibly your lover's children or your children. You're just stacking more karma up on you. You know, this movement that's happening in your life is supposed to be a movement forward, not a movement back. It's supposed to clear you and get rid of karma. It's supposed to set you free and say, you don't have to be here anymore, karmic. Find another house, find another town, find another life, find another lover, find happiness. Pay attention to the red flags. Love yourself first. You deserve love. Keep an open mind. Stop thinking that love is only going to show up the way you've been used to it, and that if this doesn't work, you're never going to find love. That's not being optimistic. That's not having hope. Bottom of the deck here is deceit. Someone's been deceitful. Karmic, it's you and it's them, or it's both. Okay? It's you or it's them. Whatever. We're going to read it. The number 38 may be a prominent number for you. Maybe that's a birth, I don't know. It's not a birth date. That doesn't make sense. Maybe it's how old you are. Okay. Maybe 38 just represents the number of times you've been telling yourself you're going to get out and you never did. I don't know. Maybe it's a 38-year anniversary. I don't know. Let's read it. When you choose the symbol of deceit, be very careful about your motives and making your choices, karmic. In the house of the night, there is one who has betrayed herself and all those who chose to look up to her. I am also warning you that someone may be stabbing you in the back, or maybe you're the one stabbing them in the back. Regardless of the circumstance of your situation, I warn you now about deceit. There will be a price to pay for betrayal in all forms. Only you know how much that betrayal will cost. That said, although the energy of betrayal can be seductive, I am stronger. You are forewarned. So karma is stronger. You're forewarned. I'm going to get real, and this is probably only going to touch a few of you, but someone here has been a toxic karmic, and you have basically caused harm, detrimental, lifelong harm to a child, either by keeping their father or mother away from them, influencing their father or mother in a toxic way, or forcing the father or mother to stay in your situation against their will, causing the parent to be, I guess the best word is damaged, a damaged parent. And that has been your devilish control. And you are going to have to pay for that karma that you caused on that parent and that child or those children. You may have also stepped in to this relationship pretending to be someone you're not. Okay? You may have said you have money. You may have said you have a religious belief, but you don't. You may have said you had the best interest for everyone involved, but you didn't. Whatever this betrayal is, you're going to have to pay for it. But you've been wearing a mask. That's been reiterated over and over again. Fortunately for you, the universe is forgiving. Even though you are going to have to pay for this betrayal, the universe still wants you to be happy. This is a fork in the road, and you're going to have to make a better choice. Are you going to let this person go? Are you going to stop bribing them, blackmailing them, threatening them? Are you going to stop lying to them, deceiving them, leading them down the primrose path, making them believe you are who you say you are, but you're not? Are you going to come clean and tell this person what you're all about? Or are you going to come clean and just say, I set you free? It's over? Whatever this is, karmic, you're being asked to let go, and you're being asked to let them go. It may be one of the hardest things you've ever had to do. Oh my God, look what comes out for you. Literally shuffled and it threw out. Surrender. I can release my need to control. Well, there it is, karmic. The devil and surrender. I can release my need to control.
Mommy,
Yeah.
do you know how you worked so much? For 16 minutes till it got dark.
It's dark? Okay. I'm coming out soon. I'm trying to finish.
But I don't want to go to bed now.
I know, we're not. It's too early for that. It just gets dark early now. I don't know what time it is. It's probably 5 or 6. Okay. All right. So we have success. I'm sorry, that's not what I was supposed to read. Surrender. Karmic, you need to understand the distinction between power and control. You have the power of internal control, but very little external control over people and situations. The majority of your external control is through the power of your influence. You can lead by example, or you can lead by control. Every soul has its own unique path, and it is not to be having a job so that you can dictate everybody else's path. Giving advice or direction in a compassionate manner is the way to go. Trying to convince someone they need you or trying to blackmail them into something and control them into something is not the way to go. Your soul too has a path, and you possess the power to control that. But you must surrender the illusion that you have control over your lover. Remember that this is a process. And from time to time, your ego will rise up and demand things to be taken away, as they should be. Envision a hot air balloon being loaded up with all the things you think you need to control. With the person you're trying to control, the relationship you're trying to control, the secrets you're trying to suppress. Let them ride away in the air balloon. You'll be surprised to find that when you release this energy and control and accept the energy to surrender, doors will open and that you never thought would ever have opened or expected, because you have now given the universe space in which to materialize what is needed for your highest soul growth. So yeah, I guess that's the bottom line.
What did you eat?
That was from the other day. It's gum. Leave it alone. Humor. I choose to focus on the lighter side.
You ate.
So find some humor in this relationship. Try to make it funny. You know what? You might feel like you wasted years or time, but oh well. Better late than never. Okay, better late than never. You deserve happiness just like everybody else. Yes, it's natural for a lot of people in a karmic vibration to be controlling. Okay, it's natural. You have a natural energy to be a little bit hopeless and feel like you have to control people to stick around, because if you don't, they're going to abandon you. So you're working through your emotional issues. You need to cleanse those emotional issues. Don't forget. Don't forget to release your energy of abandonment. Let's get a fortune cookie for you. Will it, and it will be yours. Intention. If you want freedom, will it. If you want healing, will it. But again, I beseech you, you're not going to control the person you're with. You're not going to keep telling them to stay. You're going to have to deal with so much bad karma. You've got to stop. You cannot force them. You can't manipulate them. I mean, you're capable. How's that going for you? Bottom line, brace yourself. This is divinely guided. No stopping this train. You're going to crash. Put your seatbelt on. Heal yourself. Work on your abandonment issues before that train crashes. You have 10 weeks. Work on forgiveness of yourself. Work on forgiveness of them. Work on releasing this relationship. Let it go. Say goodbye. Maybe you physically have to say goodbye to someone, but you've got some time. You've got some time to work on this surrender. There's no stopping this train. It's going to happen. Let's get another card here about your person. Show me the karmic's person. Show me the karmic's person. Yeah, definitely a Leo. Bottom of the deck is the Queen of Wands. Okay, we had Leo earlier with Strength and the Six of Wands. Capricorn's also coming in. We had Devil. We have the Ten of Pentacles, which is Capricorn. So it could be a Leo and a Cappy person. They could have it in their Vedic or in their tropical. If you're new and you're not into astrology, you can always check it out at astrocafe.com for tropical birth charts. You have to know your person's date of birth to get the right answers. And if you want to check Vedic astrology, you can go to Vaults of the Heavens, Lahiri. Okay, Google that. And you'll be able to enter in their information there as well. But again, you have to know their date of birth. And you have to know where they were born. Okay? So if they were born in what state, what city, you're going to have to know. The other thing that's going on with your person, karmic, is they're very driven at work. They work a lot, okay? Your person is very focused on money and finances, and they worry more about money and finances than you or anything else. It's always work. It's always career. It's always money. That is like main, number one, top shelf priority. Three of Wands, expectation. They're always on the lookout for something else. You feel like your person is always looking for someone in a crowd, always looking for another partner, always looking on the internet, scoping it out, looking for someone better. You feel like your person is clearly on the hunt to get away from you and to be with someone else. And this is why you bribe and try to make this person stay by blackmail and threats, because you're definitely terrified of abandonment. And you know they're on the lookout. You know they're out there looking for something better. And as soon as they find it, they're moving on to something else. And so you're scared. The other card about your person is they're overconfident. They're good looking. They're charming. They're full of confidence. Your person is healing. Your person is working on healing their heart, working on healing their family, working on healing their karma, working on healing all kinds of things. Karmic, it looks like your person is on the right track. It looks like your person is going to be blessed. It looks like your person wants to be set free from you, wants to be going through a rebirth. It looks like your person wants to be free and happy. You're over here dark and in misery over this relationship and all the stress, carrying these burdens, and you feel like your person is just out there trying to get something else and leaving you in the dust. You feel like your person is separating from you, pulling away from you in some way. And you feel like your person is a little controlling, like they keep to themselves. They don't share their heart with you. Your person is a good-looking person, so maybe attracts a lot of attention. Your person may have a lot of love offers. Your person seems naturally happy. They try to be happy, you know, even in the dark. It looks like your person just tries to be happy with whatever little bit they have. They just try to find some joy for the day to be happy about, even if it's an ice cream or watching a movie or getting a kiss from their pups or their kids, you know what I mean? It's like they just find something to be happy about. So Karmic, you're a little bit annoyed that your person is so chipper. The other cards that come out is Judgment. Your person is being called to judgment. Your person has a past that they have to answer for. Your person has a history and a past without you. You're not a part of this picture. This is another part of their life. Maybe their past life before they met you. Maybe their past life before they were ever born here. Whatever it is, they've got to pay an answer to some mistakes that they've made in the past, and they're being given the opportunity to go correct those mistakes, to heal their karma. Deep soul healing. The sun is soul, and it's forgiving. So deep soul healing is with their Judgment. Karmic, your person is off on an adventure, and they're off needing to go heal without you. The last card here is High Priestess, and that's without you. They're withholding from you. They're keeping secrets from you. They're not telling you everything. There's somebody else in their past. Could be a Gemini, could be a Scorpio, okay? Could be a Pisces. This person in their past could be a psychic, an intuitive, a tarot card reader, a palm reader, a magician, okay? A high priestess, a witch, okay? She could be a spiritual gypsy. She could be, you know, all of those things. A healer, a seer, okay? But your person, Karmic, has somebody else in their past, and they're not telling you everything about it. They have history. They could even have a past life history with this other person. And they're being led over here. This other person from their past may have children with them. 10 of Pentacles. They may have a son or a daughter. Okay, they may have a past life marriage. This family, this is a family. They have a family. Now, whether that's past life or current past life, they have it with somebody else. I'm just going to say, Karmic, they have a history. Now, how does that make you feel? What the heck cards am I going to use? I'll use the Alice in Wonderland. How does this make you feel that your person has a history before you? How does it make you feel that your person is keeping secrets about a past life love? Okay, how does that make you feel, Karmic? What are you feeling about this? Nonsense. Whoops. You feel this is nonsense. It's time to talk sense. You're in denial. We have an evil queen that wants her to help this innocent little girl. And the little girl, I feel, is the Queen of Hearts. So we might have a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And I talked about that earlier with that Six of Cups, the past. Okay, there's some feminine out there, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, possibly even Gemini energy popping up, that your person has connections with. and you think it's nonsense. You're in denial. You're like, nope, but it's time to make sense. You don't want to believe it, but it's true. You don't want to think that your person has a deep connection with somebody else, but it's true. You're in absolute denial. And maybe you're not in denial. Maybe you just don't want to deal with it. Maybe you just don't want to face it. You do not want to face it. Face the facts. That's the judgment, right? You don't want to face the facts, because if the facts come out, you're the devil in this story. If the facts come out, you're the one that's been manipulating. You're the one that's been trapping. You're the one that's been lying. You're the one that's been blackmailing. You're the one that's been causing harm to others. I'm not saying you're the only one. You're not the only one. And whether your causes of harm was intentional or not intentional, it doesn't get you off the hook from karma. Karma doesn't come around and say, well, did you mean to hurt them? Because if you didn't mean it, well, I won't make you pay for it. No. Whether you mean it or not, you're going to have to pay for it. If you drop a glass item at a store and someone catches you, whether it was an accident or on purpose, you should probably pay for it. Maybe it was careless. Maybe your elbow bumped it. Maybe it was your purse. Maybe it was your kid. It's your responsibility. You know? You're not blamed like you had the worst of intentions, but it's going to have to be, you're going to have to own up you were a part of this, and because of your role in this, some shit happened. Thank you so much. Is that shock? The world. Thank you for the truth. I'm the DF. Woohoo. Hi, girl. 1010. Thank you so much. Yeah, so for the karmic here, it's like, I'm not trying to bully you and be coming down on you so hard, but damn, girl or boy, it's time for you to actually face the facts. No more nonsense. Judgment is here. You're going to have to deal with this. Bottom of the deck, set your course. Know where you want to go. Have a plan. Head in the right direction. I think you're a little scorned, and Leo pops up again. Leo, Virgo's been very prominent for this karmic, but also the Capricorn. Just putting that out there. Doesn't have to be, but those are the signs for you. And the person you're dealing with has strong Leo as well. You guys might share a Leo placement. But the person you're dealing with has a past life lover that is a water sign. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Whether it's Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, whatever the fuck, they have it. Pretty prominently. Maybe in multiple places. Okay? With this Leo energy and her eyes, I just feel like you're scorned. You're kind of pissed off. You know, and you're just looking almost jealous. I think you feel jealous that you have to let go of this situation. And you feel like they just get to ride off in the sunset. You're like, that's not fair. Why? Why should they get to run off in the sunset? Why do I always get the short end of the stick? What do you need to focus on, karmic? What do you need to focus on? Sometimes you just need to let people be happy. Do you know how much good karma will come to you if you just let people be happy? Let your person go. Stop blackmailing them. Emotional guilt. Financial blackmail. Bribes. Stop. Stop threatening them that you're going to take their world if they leave. These are your own fears of abandonment. Conquer your fears. Focus on you. Why do you want to hang on to someone that their heart is really not with you? Because the person you're with, karmic, their heart is not with you. They don't feel for you the same way you feel for them. They don't need you like you would think. They might need you for some financials or for the comfort of their children, but they don't need you to put them to bed. They don't need you to give them love. They don't want that. They don't want what you have to offer emotionally, because this person you're with senses your mask, senses you're really not who you say you are, senses that you've got some emotional issues and some disturbances, you know, in your mind and in your past and in your history, that person picks up on your insecurities and your damage. And they're not attracted to it. And they don't want to be a part of that. But they feel forced. And if black magic is at play, well, karma's really going to come hard. You've got 10 weeks. Again, reminder. Let's work on it. Spirit, what should the karmic be focusing on right now? What should the karmic be focusing on? Because I'll tell you, with that Devil card, you're not wanting to let go. And that 10 of Wands, you feel like you should let go, but it's so hard to let go. You keep thinking and hanging on to the past. The Phoenix. Bottom of the deck for the karmic is homeward. Take yourself out on a date. So you might be older. There's an older woman. You don't have to go out with this person. I think this person doesn't really want to be close to you. They're more worried about work and their karma and their judgment and everything else. You're not getting the nourishment you need in this relationship anyways. So I think it's time for you to just take yourself out. You know what I picture for you? And maybe this sparks your interest and maybe it doesn't. Go take a walk downtown if you have a downtown. Go walk. Put your jacket on. Get your shoes. Walk. People view. Watch people in the streets. Look at the art downtown. The statues, the butterflies that are painted, the bushes, the lights down the street. Okay? Look at the sunset. Look at the clouds. Go out on a walk. Take yourself out on a date. Go get yourself a cup of cappuccino or coffee at some little coffee joint. Listen to a band playing music there. Go watch a waterfall somewhere. Okay? Go for a walk in the woods. Go to the movies alone. Go to the mall. Walk around. Treat yourself to an ice cream. Read a good book somewhere. Like, take yourself out. One of the things that you have totally fucked up on is loving you. You're so obsessed with this relationship. Obsessed. It's blinded you. The other card that came out for you is the Phoenix Rising. How's that for a happily ever after? Karmic, this relationship is going to fall apart. Burn to the ground. End. I'm going to be honest with you. The cards that you've pulled for your love life aren't good. If you think that somewhere in this reading there was a glimmer of hope that this person you're with, it's going to end up working out, it's not. It's not in the cards for you. It's not part of your destiny. Your destiny is you and this person are meant to have a breakup. And whether you prolong it and drag it out, it's going to have the same ending. There's no way that you're going to make this relationship work with the 10 of Wands, the 10 of Swords, the Death card, the World card, and the Tower. It's not. I'm sorry there's no rainbow at the end of this storm. Okay? Not with this person. There's no reconciliation in the works for you. There's a sad ending for you. But it doesn't have to be sad if you don't want it to be. You're going to let this person go solve their karma. You're going to let this person go freely without you trying to hang on to them anymore. You're going to let this person go. If they come back, they're really yours. If they don't come back, let it go. They have a destiny elsewhere. And I'm going to be real with you, Karmic. This person is totally into this High Priestess. Totally into this High Priestess. And if you would just let them be without your toxic influence, that would flourish. But you're putting yourself in the way. You're causing a block. And in doing so, you're causing a block in your own life. You deserve love too. And right now, you're causing everyone to be miserable. Your lover's miserable, you're miserable, and their fated lover is miserable. And it looks like their children are fucking miserable. So everyone's fucking overwhelmed and miserable. Why are we staying here? Wouldn't it just be better to rip off this Band-Aid and call it good? The number 9 represents an ending before the new cycle begins. 9 is the last single digit number before the 10. So this is the ending of a cycle, the ending of a karmic situation. Once upon a time, you guys had a beautiful, flourishing relationship with someone. Once upon a time, you met this person because it was destiny. Once upon a time, you had a relationship with this guy or this girl, and things seemed good. Once upon a time, you had visions of a future with this person. But now we've reached the end of this story, and it didn't end the way you thought it was going to end. So you're going to let this completely crash and burn, and you are going to rise from the ashes, karmic. You're going to have to rise like the phoenix. So let's read this about you. No matter how hopeless you may be feeling at this moment in this reading, know this: you can and will survive whatever trials you've been put through. From the ashes of this reading and this relationship, and the ashes of the past, you shall create a storybook ending filled with beauty and resilience. All future flames will cower when they hear the whisperings of your name. And it's funny because the next card after that is forgive. So I feel called to read it because, karmic, I feel like you have to forgive your lover. You have to forgive yourself. And you may have to forgive this high priestess, third party over there. Mostly it's just you forgiving yourself, okay? But you've been holding on a grudge against somebody in your life. Maybe it's a friend, maybe it's your lover, maybe it's their lover, but you've been holding a grudge. Maybe it's your parents. Maybe it's a loved one, or maybe it's yourself. This isn't a card that tells you you must learn to practice forgiveness. No. Karmic, forgive them on your own terms, if and when you feel ready to do so. This is simply a nudge for you to consider whether that time is now or later. Don't let forgiveness feel like an obligation, but like a shiny red ray of hope that gets you through your sleepless late nights. Forgiveness isn't for them, it's for you. Forgiveness doesn't condone whatever happened. It helps you move on so you can be happy and fulfilled. It helps you shed weight off your shoulders and weight off your chest. It helps you sleep better at night. It gets them out of your head and out of your heart because you free them. And in essence, forgiveness frees you. So keep that in mind as you're going through this difficult ending. Let's get another oracle as I end, and I should probably be done with this karmic read. Before I get this card, let's see how this lover feels about you, karmic. How does this guy or girl feel about you? I want to talk and touch base. I think your person just wants to talk to you and have what we talked about earlier, the talk. I think your person just wants to get some things off his or her chest. And I can't find it. Well, it's in there somewhere. Here it is. We knew this from the very beginning of your reading, that your person needs to have the talk. So anyways, they just want to have a talk and touch base with you, okay? They want to let you know they're crying a lot over this. They just want to let you know they're sorry that this is ending and they're sorry that you have to go, all right? They just want you to know, I am sorry. We do need to have that talk, and I hope that you can be better, and I hope you can forgive me, and I hope we can move on from this. I never meant to hurt you, you know? That wasn't my intention, and that's really what's going to come through on the talk.